Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Sumter and Kent. On this feature, on this podcast, we delve into your greatest music hits. And the way we do that is through astrology and cardology. My name is Elmira. I am your in house cardology reader, and we also have.
I'm Terrence. I do some astrology.
You do some astrology. Tell the people what you do.
I mean, I do a little bit.
He
I'm not
just being
not.
modest. He just in astrology, you got modest people. That's how the Virgos be sometimes. They be analyzing everything, critiquing everything, putting it all together behind the scenes. But when they get in front of the scenes, they won't tell you what's. But we got a special episode for you this time. We are featuring the one and only D'Angelo, Untitled. You all know that song. Y'all know about the sexy music video. So, but this was not my idea to do this music video. Apparently Terrence loves this song. So we'll open it up. Why did you select this song for this particular episode?
Well, this song stands out because for those who are really into like music theory, live music, vocals, soul music, neo soul, he's like the one of the top premier names in the history of neo soul. And of course, with him dying last year, people were reintroduced to his music. And then, of course, just recently, the tribute for him at the Grammys. So
Oh yeah, that
this
was
was
really
right on
good.
time to do his song.
Yeah, as I was saying, the Grammy tribute was really good. They had Lauren Hill, Wyclef John. Who else was up there?
Raphael Saadiq, I think John Legend.
What's
Um,
his name? Because you confuse him for the weekend. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank now.
Bilal.
Yeah, Bilal. Yeah. Yeah, he was Robert Glasper was talking about Bilal on R&B Money, how they're compadres. They went to music school together. Well, let's get into it because let me break it down because we always do that so you know what you're in for. We are going to go over D'Angelo's birthday, the significance of that, because we need to figure out, using our tools of astrology and cardology, why was this song a hit? So that's the first thing. We will also discuss the Y2K influence. Number three, the song and the video release. And then finally, his Grammy win for the performance of this song, Untitled, which occurred in 20, I'm about to say 2021, y'all. I'm putting this man ahead. It occurred in 2000. And one, but that's one thing. He was both ahead of his time and behind his time. He was able to cross those timelines, right? So I know Terrence gonna bring up the birth charts. We'll look at that first.
Oh, you want to look at
Yeah, let's look at the
D'Angelo's
birth.
birth chart
Yeah, let's
first?
look at the birth chart. While he's pulling that up, I will tell you my kind of hometown story with D'Angelo. I remember being in high school and really appreciating that somebody made it from where I'm from. I'm from New Kent, Virginia. He's from the south side of Richmond, Virginia. And it was like, oh my goodness, this is so hot. And people I went to school with knew him. That was to me really cool and fascinating. All right, what are we looking at here with his birth chart?
This is his birth chart. He's born in February 11th, 1974 in Richmond, Virginia.
Go
So that makes
Richmond.
him an Aquarius. Um, And with him being Aquarius, he also has some interesting things going on in this chart here. And one big thing here is he has Sun square to Mars, and that deals with assertiveness and energy. So, of course, him uh, putting out music, because he, from what I understand, he was very, very serious about his music. He always wanted to play, sing. He arranged music for other artists too. Um, Played a few different instruments. Of course, the energy is like a high energy show, very soulful sound.
Mm-hmm.
Then also you have the planet Uranus is also trying to his natal Saturn here. And what that means is harmonious blend. So, of course, being a singer, there you go. There's harmony right there. And
Won't
playing
you
different
come
music, they're blending it
closer?
together.
Yeah. To me, baby. Ba, 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 ba. He was harmonizing, right? And it's interesting you say that because he got his start in the church. Gospel harmony, like the quartet style harmony. And one of the things I saw with his birthday, you said it, February 11th, Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius too, January 20th. His birth card is the, hopefully y'all can see this. Let me flip this here. Maybe I shouldn't flip that view. I'll just leave it.
It's coming up clear where you have it right now.
Oh, it is? You can see it?
Yeah, I can see Ace of Spades.
Yeah, so this is the Ace of Spades. And what this card signifies for D'Angelo is just what Terrence was pointing out, his energy, his harmony. But the key thing is, and D'Angelo was always known to want to be alone. If he had it his way, he would not have been this worldwide performer. He would have been by himself. That's what the ace is. The ace represents the one. So it's this solo spirituality, this solo consciousness. And we even saw it in the music video because in this particular music video for Untitled slash How Does It Feel, was there anybody in that video with him? No, it was him, the ace of spades. He was getting in touch with himself. Because a lot of times what this card represents, if you see it in your chart or you know somebody with this birth card, you got to leave them alone. You got to let them be. You got to let them explore their own creativity. And it may seem some of their stuff is outer worldly or it's before their time, but let them do it because this is what they're called to do. The ace of spades. That's his birth chart. You got anything to add in terms of what you see in the chart?
One other thing that stands out is that he has the Sun and Jupiter conjunct in his chart, and that's potential for excess. So, like you said, he doesn't mind being alone, but with his song, especially with this song, it really took off to where people wanted him at the shows. The women wanted him because they saw him in the video. He just couldn't. It was difficult for him to be alone after that because it was in his chart that he was the potential for excess. So
Hmm.
even though he didn't want to be around people, there was an excess of people around all the time when he may not have wanted it. Excess
Yeah.
attention. Um, yeah, it was right there in his chart.
That sounds quite overwhelming, especially for him as an ace of spades. That's like too much. The next thing we want to talk about is this Y2K influence because of course the song came out right on the cusp of 99, 2000, like the full album Voodoo was released in the latter part of January of 2000. And so I was reflecting as we prepared for this, I was reflecting what was happening with me at that time. So you can kind of get a essence of what was going on with you, with me, with Terrence, even you in the audience. Think about that. With me, that semester, I had gone on an exchange trip to Tennessee State University because I was attending Virginia Tech, and we were given the opportunity, if your grades were high enough and you were a certain standing, to do an exchange trip. And I said, I want to go to a HBCU. I got to see what it's like. I'm tired of being here with all these white folks. Like, I want to go. So that's what I did that semester of 1999, right when this was coming out. I went back home to Virginia and back to Virginia Tech in December 99 when this was coming out. And you all know this was the Y2K stuff too. People were afraid, saying, oh, is my computer going to crash? Is life going to end? It was doing all kinds of stuff. And then on top of that, this song stood out because most of the other songs were very pop. They were very sleek. They were very futuristic. You had like Backstreet Boys, maybe not Backstreet Boys, but you had NSYNC. Who else? Britney Spears, TLC, because TLC had come out with
Mhm.
No Scrubs. It was because I even remember that year we went to Virginia Beach and doing our own rendition of No Scrubs with some loofah sponges. We was like, no scrubs. But D'Angelo's song served as a juxtaposition between all of that because he's like, I'm gonna strip down, I'm gonna take it back. Yeah.
Yeah, you also had Cash Money taking over for the 99 and the 2000s.
For the 99 and the 2000. Yeah.
DMX, Rough Riders, Jay-Z, Rockefeller.
Yeah, that's true. Because I remember listening to the Rough Riders at TSU and Eve and all that. Dun 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 nigga. What's wrong with my nigga? You gotta get into it. That's what Sumter and Kent is about. But this with the Y2, what were you doing, Terrence?
Well, I was just graduating high school, summer of 99, and then started college in October. Yeah, October of 99.
Hmm.
And then that's when I moved here to Atlanta to go to school.
Yeah, so for a lot of people, that 2000, not just with this song, it marked a change in their life because of that transition. Oh, I almost forgot. You know, the other thing we wanted to talk about was Prince, this 1999. So, okay, y'all hear us out. So you got D'Angelo, who was influenced by Prince, and what song did Prince make party like it's 1999? That song was released in 1982. And here goes D'Angelo releasing this song that's so reminiscent of Prince. Him and Raphael Saadiq produced it together in 1999. What are the chances? So it's kind of like it's paying homage and he. Do you think D'Angelo knew that?
Uh, it's possible that he did because of him being so inspired by him. I was reading some on it earlier that he wanted to do a tribute, but he didn't want to do an actual cover of a song, so he just wanted to do something that sounded like something Prince would make.
Oh, for real? That's what he wanted to do something Prince would make.
Yeah, and if you listen to it, it does sound a lot similar to something that you would think Prince would have made, especially back during the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Cause you have the bass, you have the and we watched the what's the name of the guys? Hear It. What's their name? Do you know the name of the
You'll hear it.
Yeah, You'll Hear It podcast where the two gentlemen, they're jazz artists. They gave the whole synopsis of the song. The intro of the song is so distinct because it's syncopated. The chords that are utilized definitely sounds very Prince. you know, it's like they was getting it because that's one thing Prince, D'Angelo is a lot like Prince in that, and you brought this up earlier. He wanted to control his production. He knew how to play multiple instruments. And D'Angelo reminds me of so much of my dad too, because that's what my dad did as a musician. Played all his own instruments, did his production. And when you're that type, going back to the ace of spades, some people can think you're over controlling, but it's just you hear what you want and you want to make it perfect. You got to make it a certain way. That's what Prince had, that particular quality. I listened to something recently in preparation for this stating Prince would have discussions with multiple artists telling them how to control their publishing and control this. And that's why they think he was killed because he was telling the artists
Mhm.
how to not be taken advantage of by their record company or their management. hmm Anything else?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I do have the chart for when the song 1999 was released. That was, are you seeing it on the screen?
You said when the song, oh yeah, it did flip. So that's the for 1982 when 1999 was released.
Yeah, that was on September 24th, 1982.
Oh,
And the interesting thing about that, well, it's really one thing that stands out that pretty much sums everything up about the song is the planet, well, the sun was sextile to the planet Uranus. And a simple explanation for that, well, what that means is that represents being a visionary and being brilliant. So there it is right there. He, what, 17 years before he made a song about 1999, and there it was. And even though when I graduated high school in 99, and for our 10-year class reunion, the uh, the theme was Party Like It's 1999.
oh, did y'all party like it's 1999?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you was probably cutting up. You was probably you was you was cutting up at that party. It was like, it's my reunion. It's my Yeah, it's cool to look at that chart and see how much he was looking ahead. Prince was looking ahead. D'Angelo did the same thing because even with his death and the revival of folk listening to his song, some people who weren't even alive when that song came out, they're able to cross time. I love these artists who can go over those barriers. They're not just stuck in one time period. You can listen to them for generations to come. That's such a beautiful thing. Well, let's take a peek at when this song slash video was released because there's some discrepancy about the release date for the video, but we're not going to get too focused on that. We're actually look at the release date for the song, and it does kind of fall in line with the release date of the music video, which was January 1st, 2000. And I'll actually start as you bring that up, the chart. January 1st, 2000, yes, it's New Year's Day, but in cardology, the reason New Year's Day gets all the hype and the play it does is because check it. It's a king of spades, everybody. What does this mean? The king of spades is the highest card in the deck. All 52 cards have to measure up to this one, have to look up to this one. It's the king of consciousness. It's your higher self. You can't make this stuff up when you see it. Why was this song Untitled released on this day? It was intentional. It's like January 1st, we're gonna start this Y2K off with a bang. That King of Spades showing up. What you got in the chart?
I got the chart here for the day the video was released, and I put his D'Angelo's birth chart around it.
Oh,
And one of the biggest things here is that the planet Mars that day was trying to his natal Saturn. And what that does is that increases your ambition. And if you watch the video, of course, it was a very ambitious video for him.
what made it
'Cause
ambitious?
it was a very intimate video. You even had people doing parodies of it, all kind of conspiracy theories of what may have been taking place in the video off camera or what, yeah,
Oh, yeah. Speaking of parodies, I remember my little brother Solomon did his own rendition of the video. Oh, I got a quick story about that because I forgot to tell you, and then we can get back to the chart. The only reason I captured that on video because just that year when I went away to TSU in Nashville, I purchased my first video camera and I wanted to record everything, just like they recorded this D'Angelo Untitled video. So I recorded my brother doing he had his whole shirt off and he was doing that. I remember it. It was cool. It was a cool, we would always do stuff like that around the house.
um, and another thing in here is Mars was also trying to the planet Uranus again, and with that, there was that represents increased creativity, innovation, and enhanced charisma. And what made that video creative is because it didn't look like anything else that was out at the time. Everything else was the big budget, storyline driven music videos, R&B groups, soul pop groups. You had all the lights and glitz and glamour, choreography, dancers, and in
Hmm.
this video is just him. It's like just him in the room, one camera shot.
Yeah, and
Um,
it was in the dark. It was like dark too. It wasn't lots of lights on them. There was a dark background.
yeah, and it was like such a intimate song, like very made it seem very personal. Um, and also another thing here, you had the sun that was sextile to his natal Mercury. And whenever the sun is aspecting something, that's like shining a spotlight on it. And Mercury is your communication. So for him, that was enhanced communication and intellectual engagement. So of course he's singing his song, performing it, and it's like I said, it's very intimate. So it's like you're getting all of his focus, like on the viewer
Hmm.
from his song or from his video.
I heard you mention something multiple times with these charts. The Uranus. Why does the Uranus keep showing up?
That Uranus represents like sudden change, breakthrough. It can be disruption. It can be something shattering. So of course, with this video, everybody was talking. It shook things up. It was so different from everything else. Um, and it was, I guess you could say it was really a big step for the genre of neo soul music.
Yeah, that's that's true, and it's kind of funny. They call the song Untitled. I heard Raphael Saadiq talk about it. And he said, when they would record the song on these tapes at the time, because that was their decision, they didn't want to do digital, they just put on it Untitled and decided to leave it like that. When I went and did the cardology for Untitled, it's another ace. What are the chances? This is it, but it's the ace of diamonds this time. And what it says is, with this type of introspection, with this type of solitude, this stripped down nature, this is what's going to make us money. Untitled equals ace of diamonds. We're going to make money by acting on our own will. We don't need a whole lot of people around. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be alone with your thoughts. How does it feel? You just getting into it. That's the ace of diamonds. And speaking of Raphael Saadiq, there's a little story behind that because Raphael Saadiq said he was, I guess it was, I don't know where the studio is. Don't give me the line. Somebody can put it in the comments here. But Raphael Saadiq was like, I went up to that studio, to his studio. I knew he was in there and I was looking for a joint. He said I was looking. He said I was looking for it and I went in there and then we started chit chatting because of course they knew each other prior to that. He said we started chit chatting and then he got I got on the bass, he got on it. They developed a song. But this is what their relationship mentioned, and this will mean something to you, Terrence. Guess what their relationship card is? This is your birth card. So it's the six of clubs. What this says, the reason the two of them work so well together, they created mental magic. This is what this card is about. When you see the six in cardology, it's like the Sixth Sense, that movie where it's digging deep. The six brings balance to all of the cards. So them two together, when he's on this instrument, D'Angelo's over there, and then you got Raphael over there. They create this what I call mental magic. They were able to do it every time because this is their union, their I call it the partner card. And what else do I want to say? Oh, this was the other thing before we move on, and maybe you got something to add too. I also found out when it comes to D'Angelo and Raphael Sadiq, they basically lived in the same place. Let me tell you what I mean. So, of course, D'Angelo, Michael Archer, grew up in Richmond, Virginia, and Raphael Sadiq grew up in what? Oakland? What? Like San Francisco? The
I
the
think so.
Bay Area. When you look at the latitude, and I want to give a shout out to B Dale, anybody who watched B Dale, you know what I'm talking about. But B Dale is always talking about the latitude where stuff is placed. It is the same placement, latitude 37.5 degrees. You can't make this up. So when they met each other, they discovered they listened to the same gospel artists, the Hawkins, because they were literally in the same space on different coasts. So this is something we want you to delve into because this is not just about D'Angelo. It's not about Prince. It's not about Terrence. It's not about Elmira. It ain't about any of these artists. This is about you, for you to use the astrology and the cardology and the music you love and figure out why. Why is this a hit? Why did this happen to me? Why is there similarities between this song and where I live? You get to see all of that stuff. What's your thoughts on it?
That is pretty interesting. I do know that with astrology, there's something called there's a field called astrocartography. I know about it, but I'm not good enough to really get into that. But there is a way you can use a birth chart to look at a map, and it can show you which cities you align with, or which cities might be a dangerous place for you, or a place where you might find misfortune, and then you might find an area where, oh, this might be a good place for you to fall in love, or even a good place to move to. But it would be interesting to pull up their both of their charts to do that. But I don't know enough about it just yet to do that right now.
That's okay. You can develop it, and there's other readers. I know the girl, Faith Grace Inspires. She's big on doing the astrocartography for people. She even added a element to her website where you can do it through her free app. So, yeah, people can, because that's one thing about this show. We want to educate you. We not the end all be all source. We gonna give you other sources or other people to look at. Now, the last thing we wanted to highlight is the Grammy, because of course we're talking about how revolutionary the video is now. I want y'all to go back and look at that video because it might have been a while, or some of y'all might have been looking at that video today because that's y'all prized possession. I gotta get my daily dose of D'Angelo. But either way, it earned him a Grammy. He won the Best Male R&B Vocal Performance in 2021 on February the 21st. When I did the cardology for that date, it's a four of diamonds. When you see the four of diamonds, of course, anytime the diamonds is about value, money, earthly possessions, material things, Grammy, it would be an example of that. And this four is, I like to see the four as kind of putting you in the box or putting things in order. So for him, winning that Grammy set him up and ordered his steps, so to speak, to use the name of a gospel song, Order My Steps, for other great things. And maybe he didn't think so because he's like, I don't know, this is, y'all want me to be a sex symbol, this is too much, I was nude in the video, all I want to do is play music, I want to be solo, I want my privacy, I want to be left alone. But that winning the Grammy for this performance, and truth be told, he didn't come out with another album for another 14 years. And everybody was always wondering, they're like, when is D'Angelo gonna come back? He came out with that voodoo. When he gonna come back? So it wasn't until, what was it, 20? I guess, what was it, 2014, right? That he came out with
Uh,
the Black Messiah.
I think so.
Yeah, so around there, and what the cardology reveals is he was supposed to come out with it then because at age 40, that was his critical age in life. So, yes, it took him that many years to do that next big album, but it had to take that long. That's what the cards reveal. Age 40 was a critical year, even though this, oh, you were saying something about this year too. His, what was it? The Saturn return when this song came out?
Uh, well, actually, when he won the Grammy, that was during his Saturn return.
Oh, okay.
And the Saturn return is when the planet Saturn comes back to where your natal position was when you were born, or close to it, because it varies between the times that because Saturn goes in retrograde, so it's not exactly going to be on the dot every time. So it's between 27 and 30 years.
Hmm.
And at this time, he had just turned 27 at this time. So Saturn was approaching his natal position. So it was just a couple months away, I think, from being exactly there. But of course, once you win a Grammy, like your next year after that is pretty much up. So that's a big career achievement. Um, so of course, we can see in his chart the planet Saturn was square to his natal Jupiter at 24 degrees. And of course, that means growth and expansion. So for those who weren't familiar with them before, now they're familiar with them because, oh, he's a Grammy Award winning
Hmm.
artist now. So that makes you a household name. And another thing is Saturn was also square to his natal sun. And brings on increased stress, pressure, self reflection, and growth. So, of course, he went through a lot of stress and pressure on him from being even more famous now. So, that's probably what made him withdraw and what took him 14 years to come back and put out another album.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
because isn't Saturn more reflective? It's like looking at your shadow self, doing the shadow work.
yeah, it deals with responsibility, restriction, yeah, so that brings on like bigger responsibility and it kind of holds you to something that needs to be done. Like there's no avoiding something when Saturn comes around. A lot of people, a lot of astrologers call Saturn the police of the planets.
Hmm.
Like they're like the police. They come around and make sure everything is in order. You can't get out of a line. You can't break the rules when Saturn comes around.
That makes sense. Saturn is a police. Like,
And there was actually one more thing here, and it has to do with Uranus again, because it's all over. Well, I guess that's probably because his sun sign is Saturn, and Uranus also rules the sign of Aquarius. I mean,
yeah,
his sun sign is Aquarius. Saturn rules Aquarius, but also Uranus rules Aquarius too. If you go by the modern rulerships, but that's a whole other debate, modern versus traditional. I don't even want to start speak
yeah,
on
because you got the Vedic astrology people too, right?
yeah, Vedic astrologers, you have Uranian astrologers. There's so many different branches and they're not all on the same page or on the same belief of what means what. Um but with Uranus conjunct to his sun, that that brought on disruption, changes, radical change, and personal growth. So the disruption may have been, okay, yeah, I'm kind of semi-famous, I do my shows and go home, but now I got a Grammy, so everybody wants to interview. Now they want to see me everywhere. I'm getting booked for more shows, more interviews. I
Mm-hmm.
just want to be alone, but now my peace of mind is being interrupted because I got this major award and I'm recognized now.
So I got a question for you, and I'll answer the question first. Would you want that type of fame? My answer is no, and here's why. Because, yes, I want the notoriety, but I want my privacy. Like, I'm an introvert. People think I'm lying. They're like, oh, Elmira, but you get on these podcasts and you talk to people and you can public speak and you get on stage. That's because I only want to get on there for that one time. But what you think, Terrence? Would you want the fame?
Not to that level. Well, definitely not to like a Michael Jackson level because he literally couldn't go anywhere on his own without people passing out or chasing him, trying to touch him, running up to him. That's yeah, I wouldn't wouldn't want the type of fame where I need security 24/7.
Yeah, it's over it's overwhelming. It's just too much. It's and we're seeing it now, not to bring this in the mix, but we got to talk about it because that's what all everybody talking about, these Epstein files. We see what is going on with music, politics. All these businessmen are all intertwined. And so when you get to that level of fame, what are you really walking into? Especially the way the world was at this time, 1999, 2000, 2001. Not that so much has changed, but we are entering a new era where it's not going to be that way, where all of these people are pedophiles and stealing and backbiting and drinking blood and making you do all kinds of crazy stuff. But I wouldn't want the fame for that reason, because I don't want to hang out with them people and they messing with my booty hole and you know what I'm saying. I gotta tell the truth. I did my little stint in the music business, trying out for American Idol, trying out for the boys, recording my album, and that was enough for me. I saw enough to be like, I see what y'all doing. Peace. Like, it was. It won't. That song, you know, the song from Fame back in the day. Fame, I wanna live forever. I wanna learn how to fly. Fame, I don't need it. Turn mine in. I'll take the privacy over anything. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah,
So,
but you.
another thing about the Saturn return is usually in a person's life when they go through a Saturn return, that's a moment when their public image and artistic identity could become permanently defined. So, of course, with him winning the Grammy, that pretty much stamped him as a top neo soul artist, R&B artist, and like that's like pretty much a timeless song. Like it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really fit with what else was out at that time. And with also with Saturn and music, every 30 years or so, like every 27 to 30 years, it's like a music evolves and then it's like there's a reaction to the previous era of music. And then now you look like if you look every 30 years, it's like you can go back 30 years and the music is kind of reflecting what was going on then.
Hmm.
Like when this song came out, it sounded like a late 60s or 70s soul music. Like something you might hear what Sam Cooke, Curtis Mayfield,
Yeah. Even
Isaac
Marvin Gaye,
Hayes,
maybe.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye, somebody like that. And then if you look that was 30 years before that, but then you look now, almost 60 years later, you got bell-bottom jeans are back, or bell-bottom pants are coming back in style.
Hmm. Yeah, even the 90s stuff, because that was what, 30 years ago. So to
Yeah.
speak on that, the artist Elmine did his own rendition of this song, Untitled, and that's how he got some more notoriety for his music, because people saw that video on YouTube and said, well, who's this artist? And they decided to start looking into his work and his albums and stuff.
Oh, and something else that's funny about the Saturn return, like in boxing this past weekend, there's a boxer named Jarrell Big Baby Miller.
Big
And
Baby?
what's funny about him is he had a toupee
Oh,
that he
all
put
right.
on right before the like days before the fight. And during the fight he got his toupee knocked off. So he still ended up winning the fight, but he at least he's a good sport about it because he's been doing interviews, taking his hat off, showing the bald spot. Like during the fight, he took the rest of the toupee and threw it in the crowd. People were taking turns wearing it.
I
And
wonder.
the reason he did that is because he wanted to imitate Mike Tyson's old hairstyle with the kind of like the fade with the part in the middle. That's what his toupee was, but he didn't let it set long enough, so it kind of took
It's
off on
lit.
him.
It
It,
reminds
it
me
let
of the that y'all know we getting off topic, but this what we be doing here at home. It reminds me of on the My Dear Future Wifey podcast, the girl lost her wig. She said, "Whoo!" And then she said some expression. She was like, "I know he didn't." She said she lost her. That was the funniest thing ever. She had her wig kept. If my wig ever come off, y'all better don't be laughing. How does it feel? Yeah. Because I heard, oh, I was watching this other video and the lady was like, ladies, the reason your clothes don't look right is because you walking around, you trying on your new clothes with them prison braids. You got to fix your hair, put your wig on or whatever so your clothes, you can really see how your clothes look because y'all walking around with them prison braids. Like that's what D'Angelo had in the video, but you know his look real nice. They wasn't. I wouldn't call them prison braids. You know. Oh my goodness. Okay, well we're gonna wrap up this episode just as a recap. We went over the birthday of D'Angelo. We looked at the Y2K influence of this song Untitled. You were able to see the astrology and the cardology behind the song slash video release, like being January the 1st of 2000, and then his Grammy win for the performance of the song, how that shaped his life, the Saturn return and everything like that. You got any final words?
Um, no, no, nothing I can really add to it.
Okay, everyone, this has been another edition of Sumter and Kent where we break down the greatest music hits. This is all about why this music was a hit. Why did it go viral? Why did people fall in love with it? We will see you next time. My name is Elmira,
And my name is Terrence.
and we will see you then. Listen to some good music, y'all. Peace.